Wow, 100 miles an hour on the on-ramp is probably considered a little excessive. If there was a cop around, he would undoubtedly explain that to me. But I'm in a big hurry, you see, to get down to the GSL. It took me a lot longer to upload and transcode and blah, 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 blah stuff that I put up on the channel this morning. Hope you've seen that, the day 1 video. It's now day 2, and I'm heading down there to shoot some stuff. And I'm in a big hurry because the 3D printing seminar starts in just over half an hour. And I wish I was down there right now. I wish I was down there an hour ago. But anyway, I'm getting down there now and probably shouldn't be going 100 miles an hour on the on-ramp. But it's like the cop asked me the one time, he says, "Why were you going 150 miles an hour?" And I said, "Because I can." Anyway, I'm going to get down there. I will see you down at the hotel. We're looking forward to a really great day of GSL tomfoolery. See you down there. Well, I did avoid getting any speeding tickets and made it down to the 3D printing seminar just barely. Here's Don Hendrickson with his Rigid Bot. Rigid Bot was kind of rolled out to some extent at the last GSL 2 years ago, and Don and I both bought one at that show. The seminar here was put together by Lynn Coburna, and he gathered together a whole ton of people who were involved in 3D printing. That's Lynn over there in the blue shirt. And the thing went on and on and on and on forever. Don printed an actual part as part of his presentation. That was really cool to see. 3D printing has really taken off, and a lot of people are getting involved in it and all kinds of different modeling activities. But a lot of the cars here at the GSL had 3D printed parts. Now, some people have bought their own printers, some people are designing their own geometry, and some people are paying to have all of that done. But nevertheless, 3D printed parts are cropping up in a lot of the cars here. This guy actually has printed all of the awards for the show this year, and so if you win one, you get a 3D printed trophy. He also has a podcast. We'll be getting a lot more into him and what he's doing in the overall show. That is to say, I'm going to put up about a 30-minute version of all this after the show is over. Now, this is the Lynx project. We talked about that briefly yesterday. Here are the actual cars for that. In this case, they're recreating the wood bucks that we used to hammer out the original bodies at Lincoln Mercury.
And we have an early exhibition of the models for that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's unheard of in history. I like it. It's very stylish. Unlike anything you would think from Mercury in those days, a 2-passenger car. And they built 4 of them, and we have discovered the cars, and we have now unraveled the history.
So I'm going to be going into a lot more depth on the Lynx project here, but it's really cool to see it even in its somewhat preliminary state here. These guys have been working on these models for years to try to recreate these original 4 Lincoln Mercury cars that were built back in the 60s. The contest room is really coming together. I think most of the contest models are already here. There may be a few still trickling in, but for the most part, I think we're now looking at all of the models that will be in the show. I'm always blown away by the paint jobs on these things. That's the real eye-catching thing. It's easy to sort of think that that's the defining factor, but the reality is that every little detail on these cars is so critical. It's just that the paint jobs have a way of really grabbing your eyeballs. Some really great models here this year, so the competition is going to be really tough to see just who walks away with the gold this year. Well, I'm just leaving the GSL, and boy am I beat. It's just amazing how screwing around can really take it out of you. Sometimes it's like actual work. Of course, it isn't actual work. Well, sometimes it is. Screwing around at work can be pretty much the same thing. Reminds me of a place I used to work, but that's neither here nor there. At any rate, I'm heading on home now to do some transcoding and get this particular day up, day 2, and we will We will see how all of that comes together, and tomorrow there will be another GSL show. Now, Sunday morning, do look for the official Toyman show on Toyman Television, the GSL coverage on Toyman Television here on YouTube. And that will be a good deal of fun, sort of a compilation of these GSL shows along with some other caca thrown in for fun and good measure. At any rate, I will see you here tomorrow with some more fun GSL screwing around. See you then. Bye.